Greetings, britwigger here. I have to be quiet because my father is sleeping, but I wanted to do something to end off the year, nay, the decade, for it is a new decade coming upon us. And of all the decades in my life, this one had to be the most full of variety, full of ups and downs. One's childhood is just one big dreamy blur, learning a little more every day what responsibility is. The teen years is just mostly love, rejection, letdowns, so forth and so on. And then there's the young adult years, and they get a little more variety, a little more different stuff, different jobs, new experiences, different life experiences. But this decade was much different, for it started off with the internet becoming more a part of my life, but only in a small way, because it was always something that nerds always used, as they called it, nerds. How long has it been since we heard that word? And it was just a entertainment, a little bit of a new discovery for me, the internet. Being able to look up anything and anyone. And it was a time this decade, a time of losing old friends, namely animals. For me, animals are very special. We lost a 20-year-old cat to eventual natural causes. It is when I came into moving into this house and buying it. That was new. It was a time for the hell that I went through in the mid-2000s, something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. It is what made Dark God. It made me more aware that is inside me. And it was also a time, shortly after that, finding the YouTube, once again the internet, but a far different form of internet, where you're interactive with others around the world, directly, using videos, and I became more comfortable with my image. I was never comfortable with getting my picture taken. I'm not the most photogenic individual, but I got used to it. And with YouTube, I learned to be more creative, and it allowed me to find a creative outlet, things that I always imagined, and I learned to use these tools more. And I learned about people all around the world, no matter if they were evil or good. The Trolling Inc. from the Netherlands, Americans like Tosco, to good people like Lambie, like Sophie, like Maximania and Refereeville, among many others. Many others. I learned to host a show on Blog TV and to really be interactive with other people. It was a self-exploration, and it was late in this decade that I found a new love, whether I get to indulge in it or not. Thanks to new friends that I've found in the last few years of this decade, exploring itself. Which is why I did the last exploration alone. I had to explore myself, explore my fears, and face those fears. And I didn't overcome them so much as I just learned to deal with them and harness the fear. Because this decade was all about fear, on some level. Adopting a new home. Coming across great adversity. And discovering and examining new, unusual things that could be dangerous. It was a very bizarre decade. And I'm not going to tell you that I would do it all over again. But, although I'm an educator, I learned. And that is something I've always told people, that I will always learn. Because once someone fails to learn anymore, they can't really even teach. So, this is britwigger, wishing all his friends on YouTube, such as Lambie, Sophie, Maximania, Refereeville, excuse me, the DUI, marvelous, marvelous group of people, and so many others that I can't even mention, but I'm sure they were mentioned in the Christmas video. And I hope you all have a happy new year, happy new decade. Wondering what the 201s bring. 2010, 2011, and so forth. I mean, we do have the 2012 space phenomenon coming. So, I wish you all the best in the coming new decade. And see what happens. Class dismissed.